मध्ये महाभारतम् अद्वैतामृतवर्षिणीं भगवतीम् अष्टादशाध्यायिनीम् अम्ब त्वामनुसन्दधामि भगवद्गीते भवद्वेषिणीम्। नमोऽस्तु ते व्यासविशालबुद्धे फुल्लारविन्दायतपत्रनेत्र येन त्वया भारततैलपूर्णः प्रज्वालितो ज्ञानमयप्रदीपः प्रपन्नपारिजाताय स्तोत्रवेत्रैकपाणये ज्ञानमुद्राय कृष्णाय गीतामृतदुहे नमः। सर्वोपनिषदो गावः दोग्धा गोपालनन्दनः पार्थो वत्ससुधीर्भोक्ता दुग्धं गीतामृतं महत्। वसुदेवसुतं देवं कंसचाणूरमर्दनं देवकी परमानन्दं कृष्णं वन्दे जगद्गुरुं। भीष्मद्रोणतटा जयद्रथजला गान्धारनीलोत्पला शल्यग्राहवती कृपेण वाणी कर्णेन वेलाकुला अश्वत्थामविकर्णघोरमकरा दुर्योधनावर्तिनीं सोत्तीर्णा खलु पाण्डवैरणनदी कैवर्तककेशवः। पाराशर्यवचः सरोजममलं गीतार्थगन्धोत्कटम् नानाख्यानककेसरं हरिकथा सम्बोधनाबोधितम्। लोके सज्जन षट्पथैरहरः पेपीयमानं मुदा भूयाद् पंकजं कलिमलप्रध्वंसिनः श्रेयसे। मूकं करोति वाचालं पङ्गुं लङ्घयते गिरिं यत्कृपातमहं वन्दे परमानन्दमाधवम्। यं ब्रह्मा वरुणेन्द्ररुद्रमरुतः स्तुन्वन्ति दिव्यैस्तवैः वेदैः साङ्गपदक्रमोपनिषदैः गायन्ति यं सामगाः। ध्यानावस्थिततद्गतेन मनसा पश्यन्ति यं योगिनः यस्यान्तं न विदुःसुरासुरगणा देवाय तस्मै नमः। ओम इति गीता ध्यानम. We'll now go into Bhagavad Gita chapter 13. ओम श्री कृष्ण परमात्मने नमः। अथ त्रयोदशोऽध्यायः। श्री भगवानुवाच. So this chapter, we are coming to the end of this chapter. Just three more, 32, 33, 34, perhaps 35. The chapter is called Kshetra Kshetragyayo. Difference between Kshetra and Kshetragya. Kshetra is the field of experience, objects. Kshetragya, the knower of the experience, the subject. Whatever you see, whatever you experience, whatever events that you come across in life, whatever challenges you face in life, whatever pleasures you get, whatever emotions you go through, whatever relationships you enter into or enter out of, everything comes under Kshetra, is a field of experience. And the field of experience is known to a being. And that being is called Kshetragya. Kshetragya, one who knows the experiences. And in the teaching, the teacher has very carefully taken us even to know to the most intimate thing that you know, your body, your emotions, your knowledge, your ignorance. Are they known to you? So whatever is known to you is an object of your knowledge. The object and the subject are different. You are the knower and the object is known. They use two other words. The knower is referred to as Purusha and the known is referred to as Prakriti, matter. Matter manifests itself empowered by the Purusha, Sannidhi Matrena. By mere presence of the Purusha, the matter activates itself. What is the nature of matter? It is limited. Okay? Sa antam, it has an end. Sa vikaram, it will have modifications. Sa gunatvam, it will have features. Chalanatvam, it will move. Okay, so these are the features of the object. What are the features of Atma, the knower? Opposite of everything. Sagunatvam, nirgunatvam. Full of parts, avyayam, without parts. Chalanatvam, achalanatvam. Achalatvam. Chalatvam, achalatvam. So wherever the opposite of the matter is the nature of the knower. And who is the knower? Vedas come and tell you, you are the knower. Okay? Not somebody else. Gita is not talking about somebody else. Gita is talking about you. It says you are the knower. You are the Kshetrajna. And because you have not recognized yourself as the Kshetrajna, you have identified yourself with matter. What matter? What is the matter? Because you have identified yourself with the matter, whatever are the feature of the matter, you have assumed upon yourself. You have worn that costume. So what is the costume? A body. The body has features. What are the features? Changing, getting old, ailment, death. These are the features of the costume. The person who has put on the costume has assumed that the costume is me, is himself. So the Kshetrajna has assumed that the Kshetra is me. So therefore comes the conclusion, I am mortal. Compared to the world, this costume is what? कुछ भी नहीं. Is a speck of dust or even less. Therefore, the costume is small. The costume designer has designed it small because it has certain purpose. The costume user has assumed that the costume is me. Therefore, this costume is me, therefore I am small. Compared to so many people, the costume is not so significant. The costume user has assumed that I am insignificant. Costume is not so significant. The costume user has taken it to be insignificant. So whatever is not the knower's feature has been assumed by the owner, by the knower. And what does the knower happen because of that? The limitation, the smallness, the insignificance, the mortality, the non-achievement is not accepted acceptable to the knower. So there is a struggle to get out of this smallness. You have assumed a smallness and you want to get out of that. There is no smallness in the first place. You have assumed a smallness and then you want to get out. You have assumed there is a snake and you want to drive away the snake. There is a rope lying on the path like this. And you assume it's a snake and you want to drive it away. And you call that fellow who plays. Or whatever it is, the snake won't go away. So what is the solution? The solution is in the knowledge that there was no snake in the first place. The solution, the way out of the struggle. Struggle means dukkha. Struggle means dukkha. So the way out of dukkha is not by action, is in the knowledge that you were never limited in the first place. You were never small in the first place. You were never insignificant in the first place. All this an assumption. It is called avichara siddham. Avichara siddham means a certain conclusion not based on facts. It's called avichara siddha. So that I am limited is not a fact. And you assumed you are limited. What is it called? Avichara siddha, ignorance. And because of self-ignorance, you have the problem of samsara. Samsara is struggle to get out of this smallness. The teacher wants to give this vision to you. And to prepare yourself for this vision, to prepare yourself for that clarity, there is what is required for jnanam. For jnanam, what is required? Jnana yogyata is required. Patrata is required. Before you do complicated Boolean algebra, okay, you have to do basic, a plus b the whole square you have to do. So therefore, you need patrata. You need preparedness. And up to chapter 13, at various points of time, and in 14, 15, 16, 17 also, the teacher is going to give you various levels of preparedness, reiterate certain preparedness. What is the preparedness? The instrument of knowledge. Where does knowledge take place? In the buddhi. Not in the gym, in the hands or legs. Where knowledge takes place in the buddhi. Okay? And it is called antakarana. Karana means instrument. These are called bahya karana. And what is inside is called antakarana. The antakarana must be shuddha. Shuddha means it must be, they use the word pure. I would rather say the antakarana should not be preoccupied. The disk space should not be full. Full with what? Duplicates, triplicates, quadruplicates, unnecessary concerns, worries, prejudices, conclusions, hurt, guilt. These are the preoccupation. Filling up valuable space. The valuable space, and not only is it space, it is saved here. You have also taken a backup, lest you forget who did you a wrong deal. So not only must you clear all this, you must also empty the recycle bin. Nothing is carried forward. Okay. This process is called chitta shuddhi, clearing the mind of all preoccupations, muck, which did not give you any productive results. So clearing the muck, chitta shuddhi. How is chitta shuddhi done? The teacher has elaborately stated in the past and in many of these chapters, karma yoga. You have to do actions. You have to necessarily do karma. What is karma? You have various roles to play. The roles that you have to play have a certain script to be followed. Following the script and doing what is expected of you is karma. And doing that karma with the spirit of, well, I have to do it, so let me do it happily. In a movie, let's say in a play, you have to act as a person who is dumb. You only have to say, ba, 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 ba. Okay. But otherwise, you're an elegant, eloquent scholar, loquacious scholar. So educated that even Brahma is quiet in your presence. That's the kind of your scholarship. And the director says, in this play, you will play a dumb fellow. You will come in all the scenes. There are 24 scenes. You will come in all the 24 scenes. In all the 24 scenes, you will keep quiet. And in the last scene, somebody will ask you something. You will say, ba, 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 I cannot speak. This is your role. How will you play this role? Will you tell yourself, oh, I am such a brilliant, articulate, educated, what do we call it, a vachala? How can I play this role? You will say, I will play this Baba Baba so gladly that even the Baba Baba will feel, my God, what a dumb guy he is. He has acted as. So, in your knowledge, the Kshetragya knows that the problems of the Kshetra are not mine. In the knowledge, you know that the problems of the role are not yours. So how will you play the role? Gladly, happily. Happily you will play. People will come out and say, my God, what an eloquent, dumb fellow you acted as. Hey, your baba 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 is unforgettable. That's how well you will act. Comes from what? Karma yoga. There is a role I have to play. I will play it well enough according to the direction of the script and the director. It calls for a certain attitude. Freeze yourself of a lot of struggle in the disk space. So much of disk space conclusions are cleared. Okay? Then it gives you Shuddhi. Along with the Shuddhi, the Buddhi also needs to expand. It should be able to appreciate the total. Hey, only one, why should I alone get the dumb fellow's role? Why not some other fellow get the dumb fellow's role? In every play, I am the dumb fellow. Why not that fellow get the dumb fellow's role? That conclusion is there, no, sometimes. So you should, that Vishalata should happen, that expansion, that everybody has a role to play. And how does a director determine the role? Huh? According to certain capacities. Let's say you have to play the role of Bhima Sena. One of us here about 10, 15, 11 people here. One of us have to play the role of Bhima Sena. Who will director choose? Some beanstalk fellow. He will choose a fellow with broad shoulders, 6 feet, so much height. Will he not choose that? He will not choose one, what is called, in they say, no? In Tamil they say, Kottavaranga type, that slim, thin beans. He will not select such a character. Someone has to play Ravan. Who will he choose? Someone who got terrific, horrifying looks. Big eyes and a mustache, curly mustache. When he walks royally, he scares himself out of himself, kind of. So the selection is based on certain features. So your roles are given to you based on certain features. That feature is called prarabdha karma. Okay? Easy to understand? Based on certain prarabdha karma, the director gives you the roles. Arjun should be a handsome looking character. Powerful forearms because he's an archer. Krishna has to be a different kind of character. So, based on your prarabdha karma, various roles are given unto you. So, this requires a certain wide vision. You need a wide angle camera, they say, no? You need it is called chitta vishalata. So, when you have chitta ekagrata, you will have chitta shuddhi, then you will have chitta vishalata. Chitta vishalata will give you humility. Chitta Vishalata will come to you through Ishvara Upasana. So the teacher stressed upon these two. In chapter 14, he is going to take you through Upasana all over again. Your buddhi is now prepared. And even as the buddhi is being prepared, you have Karma Yoga, you have Bhakti, so you have Chitta Shuddhi, you have Chitta Vishalata. Now you are ready for Jnanam. What is the Jnanam? Nature of your own self. And that Jnanam comes to you through a three-step process. Shravana. Shravana is listening regularly, systematically, for a length of time under a competent acharya. A person who knows must teach you Shravana. Whatever Shravana you have done, you should do Tat Mananam. You should reflect on what you learn. That will do what is called Ajnana Nivritti. It will give you Samshaya Nivritti. Your doubts will get resolved. You will get more and more clarity. And the third step is called Nidhi Dhyasanam, which is called own up your own Swarupa. This is so far the teacher has taken up, and the teacher is now describing the nature of Atma. What was the nature of Atma? He described in verse number 31. Chalo padhte hain. In verse number 31, the teacher described Atma's nature as Anaditvam, that which has no beginning. Beginning and end are objectifiable. Only on a non-objectifiable platform can you objectify a beginning. Therefore, Atma, the knower, you is Anadi, beginningless. Nirguna, all modifications, features belong to the object. You, the knower, are free from the guna, the features of the objects. You are of the nature of Paramatma. Avyaya, there are no parts in you. The 5 fingers, phalanges, nails, and cuticles all belong to the fingers. A palm. The knower does not belong to it. Therefore, you are free from vyaya. You are avyaya. And Sharirastha api, even though the Atma being, conscious being is reflected in the Sharira, Sharirastha api. Stha means reflected. In the, like you use the word na grahastha. One who is in the house, dwells in the house is called a grahastha. So Sharirastha api, even though the Atma is reflected in the body, He Kaunteya, He Arjun, na karoti, na lipyate. The Atma, by its mere presence, activates this body-mind system. Mere present, it does not do anything at all. Akarta. Electricity, by its mere presence, activates all this equipment here. They are all different. The fan is not avyaya. Electricity is avyaya. The fan has blades. It has a center thing. All features have come. Then the lights have come. You can dim it. It can increase, and so many things can happen. Electricity is free from all this, and electricity is not affected by this. So Na lipyate, na karoti. Why does he bring this? Why does he bring na karoti, na lipyate? Because Arjun in the first and second chapter said, I will incur sin. Okay, I will become a papi. By what? By killing my tata, my grandfather Bhishma. By killing my guru, Guru Nahatvan. Guru is a Mahanubhavan. So Guru Nahatvanubhavan. How can I kill them? People who are puja arha. They are worthy of being done puja to. Ishubhi pratiyotsyami. How do I fire arrows at them? How do I fight my guru? How do I fight my grandfather? How do I find my Matulan, Mama, Matulan, Bratrin, Putra, Pautra, Sakhi? How do I find fight all of them? So the teacher says here, hey Arjun, you are playing the role of Arjun. And Arjun has been given a script. The script is you have to fight a dharmika yuddha. What is dharmika yuddha? What is yours has been usurped. You don't go to UN, no, you have to fight. Your land usurped, you go and cry in front of somebody else, that fellow will go on like it's going on. You have to fight your own. You can't say, how will I kill that fellow? How will I kill that fellow? Let me be killed. That's what he says. And Krishna told him, Klaibhyam mas magamah partha. You are talking like a eunuch. Afraid to fight? Kya baat hai? That's why he says, Na karoti, na lipyate. Nothing will happen because you are free from the muck. The role is expected to do something. Not all roles are pleasant. Many roles, not all roles are pleasant. Not all challenges that a role faces are not pleasant. There will be unpleasant situations. There is no running away. If you run away, consequences will follow you. So you have to learn to detach yourself intelligently from role responsibilities and do what is expected of you. If you think you are going to be bound, attached, no, bro. So, na karoti, na lipyate. Atma doesn't do anything. Understand it clearly. Understand the difference between the role and the role player. If the role player and the role get enrolled into one, enmeshed into one, there will be conflict, there will be pain. If you are able to intelligently discern the role responsibilities from the role player, withdraw into the green room, identify with the role player, then the role's problem will remain with the role and one will be able to perform the role to the best of one's abilities. No papam accrues. This is what Krishna teaches. Okay. Now he is explaining more about the nature of the role player. What is the role player? Anadi. And he has to remain unattached. Unattached doesn't mean indifferent. Okay. Understand it very clearly. Unattached doesn't mean indifferent. What is the example of unattached? You go to see a movie, long back I saw. All of us would have seen that movie. Towering Inferno. Have you seen that movie? Towering Inferno. Hey, there is a really a raging fire. It destroys a huge superstructure. Yeah. You see the movie. Did you come out burnt? Was the screen burnt? Nothing happened. But minus the screen, minus the reflecting surface, could you have seen? No. Therefore, the cadence that you saw, okay, the shine that you saw, the fire that you saw, knowing that the fire is a reflection on a screen which is not attached, is called transcendence. Very often they use this one expression, transcendental meditation. Okay, some brands are there, I don't know much about it, but they come and ask me, sir, transcendental meditation mean what? I said, why don't you ask the person who teaches you and took you money from you? Why you come and ask me? They say, don't ask questions. They say, that's a problem. Because they don't have answers. You have to transcend the mind. What is transcending the mind? You have to kill the mind. Then what are you? A thoughtless baboon? How can you kill the mind? Transcending is understanding that the fire on the screen does not burn the screen. The fire is an appearance. Mortality in this body, old age in this body, disease in this body does not affect me. That is transcendence. Mentally, okay, my nose is the roll's nose. My hands are the roll's hands. My hair is, I may dye it. Okay, my hands are the roll's hands. The roll is not the roll. The whatever physical feature you see in the roll is me. Okay, but in spite of this intimacy, there is a knowledge here that the role's problems rest with the role. That is called transcendence. Okay, transcendence has to be understood. Transcendental meditation. Some people say, I will go out somewhere of the body, go for a tour and come back. At least I don't. And I am a little skeptical about it. I also don't want to risk it. What happens when this body goes out and suddenly this body collapses? What will happen? Where will this Atma which goes out come back? And there's a beautiful story. Na? Shankara left his body and then entered the body of a king. The queen realized that this aged old king is acting so differently. Therefore, this is not the king, it is somebody else, Sharira, the Atma which has come in. So she sent out word, catch hold wherever there is this person in this kind of trance, catch hold of his body and destroy him. That is a very nice story. We'll see that some other time. So transcendence, that's important. So how will you, Shravana, you have heard about yourself. Manana, heard about yourself. Now, how will you nididhyasana? How will you relate it to yourself? How will you understand you are that Atma? That process the teacher is explaining. He says, hey Arjun, he is first giving you the example of Akasha. Akasha means not sky, space. Okay? Akasha. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat. Akasham nopi lipyate. Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat. Akasham nopalipyate. Sarvatravastito dehe. Sarvatravastito dehe. Tatatmanopalipyate. Tatatmanopalipyate. All words? Yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat. Akasham nopalipyate. Sarvatravastito dehe. Tatatmanopalipyate. Akasha. What are the features of Akasha? Akasha doesn't mean emptiness. Akasha doesn't mean nothingness. What does are the features of Akasha? Let us see. Okay. What is the Akasha? First feature,. It is all pervasive. Can you imagine a space where there is no space? Even see, even the usage seems silly, no? Sarvagatam. Akasha Sarvagatam. Akasha Ekatvam. There is only one Akasha. There is only one space. No, sir, no, sir. There are three rooms here. No, no. Space is one. Divided by walls, they appear as three spaces. You knock down one, it is all gone. In the same way, Atma appears as many, conditioned by many bodies. Knock down the bodies. Ekatvam. This is how you relate. Just as Akasha is Ekatvam, Akasha is Sarvagatam, Akasha is Achalatvam. Akasha doesn't move. You move in space. Akasha doesn't move. Akasha doesn't move. Okay? Achalatvam, Nirvikaratvam. There are no parts or divisions in Akasha. Space is space. For utility, you do some divisions. As it is, space has no division. Then, Asangatvam. The entire cosmic whole is enveloped by space. Yet, space is not attached. Entire cosmic whole. There is space all around me, inside me, but the space doesn't stick to me. Asangatvam, akhandatvam. You cannot, what you call, make parts of space. You can put a wall and perhaps look at space differently. That difference is only purely functional. So this is the nature of space. This being the nature of space, yatha sarvagatam saukshmyat, because of its subtlety, it is subtle matter. What's the difference between subtle matter and gross matter? Gross matter you can feel. Subtle matter you cannot feel. Akasha you cannot touch. You can attempt to touch Akasha, but Akasha you cannot touch. So saukshmyat akasham na upalipyate. It doesn't stick. Lepa means sticking, Upalipyate, na upalipyate, no upalipyate. In the same fashion, tatha, atma, na upalipyate. Even though, even if, even as, sarvastitaha, even though it is everywhere, it does not stick. Relate it a little closer. I am in every role that I play. Without me, there are no roles. Every role that I play has me, all pervasive. But I don't stick to any roles. The problems of the roles remain with the role, like Akasha. This is how you relate to the knowledge. There are some roles you are happy playing. There are some roles you are unhappy playing. Your son doesn't listen to your advice. Okay? Happy? You're not happy. You're very unhappy. So how do you delay? How do you handle it? You have to handle it. You'll have to only say this script is designed like this. The script is designed like this. When you are the moment you're objective about the script, solutions might emerge. The moment you are enmeshed in the role, no solutions. The moment you are able to stand apart, perhaps the dialogue can change. Okay, perhaps the dialogue can change. Perhaps the presentation can. Let me tell you something which happened in real life. It was in a play. It was in a play. There was a scene in which one of the characters comes to a friend's house and says, tomorrow is my husband's surgery. The doctor says it will cost so much. And I don't have the money. The friend says, Oh, even I don't have so much money, but I can do something. Here are my gold bangles. Take them. She says, thank you very much. Okay. Now the scene is ready to be played. Okay, lights on, enter character one. Character two, both of them have come. So character one says, tomorrow is my husband's surgery. And she looks as character two. The character two has forgotten to wear the bangles. What do they do? She says, she looks and says, I was struggling for money. The bangles you gave me has helped me pay the amount in advance. If you are enmeshed in the role, what will you say? Ayo, line forgotten, muffed. But because the person was alive to the situation, all these are real life situations. Okay, there was another situation. The lead character, the protagonist, tells his mother, the guy, I want to marry Chandra. Okay. The girl who plays the role of Chandra, her name is Chitra. Real name. The character who played the mother muffed it in her mind. She says, you don't worry. I will speak to Chitra's parents. Now, what does the protagonist do? He says, Amma, how many times I have told you it is Chandra and not Chitra? See, you are alive in a real life situation. If you abide in the script, challenges can be handled innovatively, creatively. You need not get enmeshed in the role. The roles will have challenges. Unless there is a challenge, it is not a role. Okay? Unless it's a challenge, it's not a role. So therefore, there will be challenges. He says, therefore, tatha, in the same manner, tatha, atma, you. When he says atma, it is not some mama there. It is you. You, the atma, will be required to play roles. And when you play roles, you will have to learn the fine art of remaining unattached, yet be in the situation. Unattached here. A valuable space here, valuable leisure here to see the roles problems as roles problem. That is called na api upalipyate. A certain objectivity inside, a leisure inside. You're not jumping out of your system. Okay. This is the example given of Akasha. Teacher gives you one more example. What example is that? Second, let's see verse number 33. Yatha prakashayat ekah. Akasha, next example is prakasha, light. Yatha prakashayat ekah. Kritsnam lokamimam ravihi. Just as imam lokam, this entire world, is and is in light is given light, is a radiant, that radiance of Ravi, the sun, eka prakasha. This entire world is lit up by this eka prakasha. Kshetra, kshetram, kshetri tatha krishnam prakashayati bharata. Hey Arjun, kshetram, all the fields are lightened up by kshetra. You play hundreds of roles. All the roles are lit up by that one Atma. You are that Atma. Okay? The sun sets somewhere, rises somewhere. That's because of the position of the earth. From the angle of the sun, there is neither sunrise nor sunset. No eclipse, nothing. It is from your position. And when you know the reality, when you discern the reality, you can enjoy the sunrise and sunset and even see an eclipse and write peons about it. And you can write poems about it. Then this is clear. So he says, Yatha Prakashayat ekam kritsnam lokamimam ravi. Just as Ravi, the ace is the sunlight, not your soap powder sunlight, advertisement sunlight. Okay. So just as sunlight lights up the whole world, and what is that sunlight have? Ekatva, nirgunatva, achalatva, all the qualifications fit. Avikaratva, nirvikaratva, all that qualifications fit. So look at the sunshine, look at the sunlight, relate to you. I as the ark. I light up all, I pervade all my roles. I light up all my roles. This is how you relate to this verse. I light up all these roles. Okay, come to the last verse of this chapter. Next week I'll do a summary as well. Krishna says, Kshetra Kshetragyayo Vananta Kshetra Kshetragyorevantaram. Sorry. Kshetra Kshetragyayorevam Antaram Jnana Chakshusha. Kshetra Kshetragayorevam Antaram Jnana Chakshusha. Bhuta Prakriti Moksham Cha Ye vidhuryanti te param. This is how jnana chakshusha, insightfully using your third eye as though, jnana chakshusha, kshetra kshetragyayor antaram vidhu. This is how you know the difference between the field and the mover. One should insightfully, by what you have listened so far, Shravanam, you have reflected, Mananam, now do Nididhyasanam, and live a life which will help you relate daily, moment to moment with this reality. We will see what is it shortly, okay? With this reality. What will happen? Bhuta Prakriti Moksham. You will be free from the grip of, what is this struggle? Insignificance, smallness. Because you have identified yourself with the Prakriti. And what is the nature of Prakriti? It is finite. It does not give you full satisfaction. It will come and agama apayi. These are the problem. It is sukha dukkha mishritatvam. It is bandi karam. It gives you more addictive. This is the nature of prakriti. You will be, and then because of this nature, it gives you dukkham. It gives you pida because it's not under your control. The fortune that comes can go away. The youth that comes can go away. The relationship that happens can go away. And when something unpleasant happens, you have dukkha. It can also give you pida. You want a way out. There is no way out. The only way out is in knowledge. By understanding the nature of Prakriti, you are free. Prakriti moksham. This moksham is this moksham has to be understood as understanding Prakriti as Prakriti. A very important qualification among Chaitanya Vastu and Prakriti. What is it? Chaitanyam is Satya Vastu. Prakriti is Mithya Vastu. Mithya doesn't mean non-existent. Okay? Mithya means it has a certain functional reality but does not have an independent reality of its own. Wood and table. Wood is Satyam. Table is Mithya. Minus wood, there is no table. Don't come and tell me it's steel tables. Okay. This is called Kutarkavada. Minus wood, there is no table. But minus table, wood is there. So table is called Satyavastu. Table, which is a form. The Mithya Vastu has three conditions. It is Nama, it is Rupa, it has a function. Nama, Rupa, Kriya will be there. A table which is dependent only upon wood has these three limitations. You buy wood, but you relate to the table. You go to a jewelry shop. What do you buy? Huh? Gold. You buy gold, but you use it Nama Rupa function. Mithya. The Nama Rupa function is Mithya. Gold is Satyam. One who knows this reality, okay, ye viduhu, ones who knows this reality, one who is able to, one who has assimilated this reality, te yanti param. He attains moksha. What is this moksha? Moksha is a conclusion that I am nobody. Moksha, moksha is freedom from the conclusion that I am nobody. Moksha is freedom from the conclusion that I am insignificant. Moksha is the freedom from the conclusion that I am small and I have to do something to become. Moksha is the conclusion that I am unhappy and I have to do something to become happier. You understand that the sphere of opposites are in the roles. There is no way out. You, the role player, are free from what? From pair of opposites. You know, your raga, dvesha belong to the role, don't belong to me. If this is clear, role playing is a pleasure. Otherwise, you are enmeshed and samsari. With this, chapter 13 comes to an end. Next week, we will do the summary of chapter 13. At the end of every chapter, we read the concluding remark, which says, Om Tat Sat Iti Srimad Bhagavad Gita Tsu Upanishatsu Brahma Vidyayam Yoga Shastre Sri Krishna Arjuna Samvade Kshetra Kshetragya Vibhaga Yogo Nama Trayodashodhyayaha. So, chapter 13, Vishishwara Anugraha with Guru Kripa, we have completed. Next week, we will do a summary of chapter 13, an introduction to chapter 14. The recording will be available to you either today or tomorrow. Listen to it several times. Make it a habit of listening several times. Only then it becomes your knowledge. Otherwise, it remains purely something academic, not very helpful. Om Namah Shivaya. Sadgurubhyo Namah. Have a wonderful day. May Krishna always be with you. Om.